Hi everyone, my name's Jonna and I'm an Aggie with the plan. Today I'm going to be sitting down and planning out next week when I'm filming this. When you're watching this, it'll probably be during the week already. And we're going to talk about setting up a week on a page. So if that's something you're interested in, be sure to stay tuned. All right, y'all. So I am sitting down to work through how this next week is going to look. I let my husband pick out the color for this week. So I'm going to be going with a beautiful set of stickers from KellofaPlan. I'm trying to use up some of my shit. Pardon my French if you have little ears around. So yeah, we've got this kind of setup going on. Lots of bluesy tones. I'm going to be using it throughout my week. First things first, the only thing I'm going to go ahead and say that I don't love is that occasionally her stickers are really tough to get off the paper. Like, I have a hard time with it. So it's always a little bit of a struggle to start them, but once you get them started, it's usually not too bad. So I'm going to go ahead, and I hope you're enjoying the sound of me attempting to get this sticker off the page. I always try to keep my content relatable. So here's a lesson in that. We're going to put this right here at the bottom. So, boom. Okay, it's not perfect, but I kind of like it. It's cute. So, we're going to go with that. Let's see. I've got a bunch of different tones of blues, but let's see what's going to match the best. We're going to have a this week, or we need one to say this week. Let's put this one right here. I'm kind of just going through and adding what I really know I'm going to use. So I want to make sure I've got a spot for goals. I want to make sure I've got a spot for any urgent to-dos. And then I want to make sure I've got a spot for my health tracking. I've been trying to do a better job of keeping track of like how many steps and how much water I'm drinking. And I've got a Fitbit, so I always check my daily, like my readiness score and all that good stuff. So we're going to go with these 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 4. I can probably do 2 stats per line, I think, if I keep it kind of simple. So cool, that's set up. You know what, I might do kind of different this week. Let's just go ahead and go with adding some little dots next to it. We're going to go with probably goals for that one. I'm going to keep it probably to 3 goals, realistically speaking. Wait. I want to make sure I'm getting the right colors for everything. At least something that coordinates really nicely. There we go. I think that's a little brighter, but I'm all right with it. I'm going to be, you know what? I'm going to just, instead of tracking everything on this page this week, I'm going to do something kind of different and do more of like a overview of what I want to keep an eye on versus the specifics. And I might be using the daily pages for more of that specific information. But I'll go ahead and walk through how a daily page would get set up then with that in mind, where you can see kind of what this all looks like. So this week, what we're going to do now. So we're going to do top 3 for the week. For me, these goals are usually kind of moderate sized, but I try to make it where if, okay, well, we got like really out of frame. How long has that been out of frame? That's fun. I am still getting used to this new setup I've got going on. And so it's had my camera all over the place. Hold, please. Cool. Okay, cool. I think that fixed it. Sorry about that. If I was out of frame on this bottom part for a while, I'm super sorry about that. So, I try to keep these goals to be kind of realistic as much as I can and keep them to being goals that I enjoy. Health-wise, we're going to have an area for me to put what I'm focusing on. So 3 things, because I'm not trying to change every single thing at once. And then lastly, we're going to go with 3 major goals. So this is different for me from the top 3 just because my top 3 tend to be more task oriented versus goals being being like more big picture, like, hey, these are things to keep in mind as you're going along. So, I think this is going to be a recap for at the end. So, that's how that's going to look. I really like that. That's simple. It's pretty. I like that energy. So, we're going to go ahead and run through how a typical day is actually set up. How I like to do things, especially when I'm using one of these sheets from KellofaPlan. So I don't know why EC feels the need to have a calendar on all of the little pages. That's something that's always kind of irritated me, if we're being honest. So we're just going to cover that right up just because I love a little bit more writing space. I've got an all-day training tomorrow at work, so I'm going to just put in this block. I know it technically won't cover like the whole day, but it's enough for me to know, hey, that's what's going on. Health tracking wise, I like having a spot kind of towards the bottom of the day, so I'm going to add this little square guy in. That's really cute. Cool. So that gives you like the most basic, like high level picture of what those days look like. Now what I'm going to go ahead and do is grab a couple of small florals that I'm going to add to it just to kind of give a little bit of a decorative element. I really love, I've been really on board with using florals recently. I don't know why. I think it's just kind of how just the headspace I've been in. Florals have been really appealing. And so this sticker sheet I'm using is from Roy G. Biv Boxes and Florals Volume 4. I really like it. Huge fan. And I'm also just a huge fan of the work that Heather does. She does a really great job with her sticker sheets. What I'm also going to do real quick is add this towards the bottom. It's kind of a corner to the page. Oh, that's really cute. So yeah. Now, last thing we're going to do is we're actually going to fill everything in. So we're going to do, let's do health down here. I'm going to show you what tracking typically looks like. So we're going to do calories. We're going to do floors. We're going to do steps. Those are going to be the big three that I'll be tracking this week. For up here, we're going to do the top 3 for the day. I know most people usually put it in their to-do list, but I kind of like having my to-do list as more of just like a brain dump kind of space. So top 3 for tomorrow being fold laundry. I'm just going to write fold because it's easy. Meal plans. So I'm just going to do meals. And then we're going to do Notion update. So I'm just going to write Notion. For me, I don't need to have like every single word of it written out just because I know myself well enough that I don't have to really feel like I worry about. I don't know. I don't feel like I need to write it all out. So we're going to do training at work right here. We're going to do evening routine there. We're going to do morning routine here. So yeah, that's kind of how I set my page up for the week at a glance, and then also how I move into my week. So I think that's kind of it for right now. I know that I left a lot blank on my week at a glance page just because I'm still kind of figuring it out for the week. Actually, we'll go ahead and fill out a home upkeep. Working on getting better. That's kind of a big picture thing, but it's a task and it's my clean routine. We're going to do goals by birthday cards. I want y'all to see at least a little bit of how this is, how this goes from one thing to another. And then health-wise, we know steps, floors, calories. So yeah. I hope that helps kind of give you an idea of what these pages can kind of look like. If you're new to the EC Daily Duel, it's a great planner. I really enjoy it, and I hope I've given you a little bit of inspiration to how to set up your week and get your days going. So, if you like this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't already. In the comments below, let me know your favorite way to use a daily planner. As always, thank y'all so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye, everyone.